Hi, this is Sibila Extreme Vocal and a quick tip for today. Is it normal that your throat tickles during the vocal activity? Well, it depends. It depends on what you actually feel in your body. It's very important to answer a very simple question. Is what I feel similar to a situation when I went to the gym for the first time and I did a couple of exercises and types of activity that my body isn't used to yet, and it's a fresh thing. It's a new start, and my body, my muscles need some time and experience to adapt to this very new and fresh situation, and I need some rest for sure, maybe 1 day, maybe 2 days, but it's not overwhelming. I can still handle my daily responsibilities and my daily routine isn't ruined. I can handle all of that. It's okay. I simply need some time, maybe 1 day, maybe 2 days, to fully recover and prepare for another practice. Or maybe there's a totally different scenario and I feel wasted, exhausted, devastated. My muscles feel like they are torn. My shoulders ache. Maybe there's some kind of injury or something. I can barely get up from bed the next day after the practice, and I can barely handle my regular shit. My daily routine isn't as good as usually. So, those are totally two different situations, and something similar can relate to vocals. So, if you feel a slight discomfort, something like, that's a fresh sensation, I never did something like that with my voice, I still need to balance the volume, the intensity level, I still need to learn how to engage my muscles, how to set my voice. Everything is fresh. I am still learning and not everything is perfect yet, but I don't feel that I lose my voice, that my voice cracks when I speak or something like this happens, or I start to talk with a lot of distortion like that, or my falsetto disappears and instead of woohoo wow, it's like whoa wow wow. If you don't experience anything like this, then probably your voice is completely fine and it simply needs a bit of time, experience, and practice to adapt to a new situation, new skills, and new ways of using your own instrument. Of course, it's still good to be cautious and observe if that delicate discomfort with each week of the practice is decreasing and slowly fades away and it doesn't appear anymore, or if it appears, it's very small, very delicate, almost like nothing, then it's good. If it doesn't disappear, it's still present even after a couple of weeks or months of practice, then maybe you try too hard, try to decrease the volume, the intensity level. Take a look. Well, it's hard to take a look at what is happening in the larynx, but I mean, check the precision of your placement. Maybe it needs to be a bit more precise. Maybe you do false chord, but you don't engage your false vocal folds enough and you depend too much on your true vocal folds or maybe on the epiglottis. Another thing is shallow breathing. Maybe you create too high pressure on your larynx. Or maybe you don't use your supporting muscles, the core muscles maybe are a bit too lazy, or maybe they work too hard. So, if a delicate discomfort doesn't disappear in a matter of couple of weeks or months, then it means that there is definitely something that requires fixing in your technique, but it's not a very big deal, and it's probably about 1, 2, or maybe 3 details, but overall your technique is pretty good. But if you feel itchiness, scratchiness, you you want to cough or you just cough, you have a runny nose, there are tears in the eyes, you feel a taste of blood inside of your mouth, or your voice is cracking, it's breathy. For example, after the practice, instead of la 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 la, it's like la 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 la. la 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 la, something like this appears, and your voice isn't fully recovered the next day after the practice, then yeah, your technique probably sucks. Sorry, your technique needs improvement. Otherwise, your vocal activity can be dangerous and unhealthy for your voice. So, as you see, it's a very individual and flexible thing. It's also good to remember that, again, each of us has a different pain threshold. And for me, the same sensation can be felt like maybe 5 out of 10 discomfort. For other person, a tough guy, it can be felt like 2 out of 10, almost nothing. And for other person, what feels for me 5 out of 10 discomfort, and for other person it's like 2 out of 10. For the third person, it can be like 8 out of 10 level of discomfort. So it's good to observe if what you really feel is really dangerous and unhealthy, or maybe you are simply very sensitive. I met people like that, and sometimes they have very hard time in progressing with screaming because they are too afraid, they feel too much, and things that aren't unhealthy and dangerous, they feel it like it was something almost overwhelming. So it's very important to observe the reactions of your voice to things that you practice. So again, if you cough, it's bad. If you feel itchiness, discomfort, like someone did something like this with rakes on your larynx and your throat, then for sure it's a very bad and unhealthy thing. If you have a runny nose all of a sudden, you have tears in eyes, you feel that something is swollen inside of your throat, then yeah, it's a very bad thing. If your voice cracks like this, then for sure that's a very, very unhealthy scenario. On the other hand, if you lose your falsetto and instead of woohoo wow is then yeah, again, you did too much and your true vocal folds were like knocked out. You knocked out the shit out of them. So those are the most common symptoms of doing things wrong. And again, it usually relates to volume, to the way how you use your breath support and how you engage your core muscles. And of course, the most important part is the precision of the placement for a specific type of distortion, because fry distortion and false chord distortion are a bit different mechanics. So this is shortly how you can recognize whether your technique is still in some kind of phase of development and your body, your voice adapts gradually to new skills, new mechanics of using your instrument, your voice. But overall, everything seems to be on a proper track. Everything is going towards a proper direction. Or maybe your technique is unhealthy, it will lead you to nowhere, or maybe it's even dangerous for your voice. Those are the most common symptoms and ways how to make a differentiation between something that is okay but needs still some time and experience to get better, more precise, more comfortable, more natural, and something that can kill your voice in a matter of a couple of weeks or even a couple of years. Okay, so I think that's enough for today. Also, remember that being afraid of making specific sounds creates constrictions in your body, puts your body in stress, and being afraid of making sounds can actually make your voice blocked, and this is what will cause discomfort. So it's very important to ease your mind, not expect too much, relax, and just try things out. Experiment without any expectations, but also without fear that you will fuck up something. Because being afraid of fucking up or creating discomfort, pain, usually leads to fucking up and discomfort and pain. Okay, so I guess that balance is the key word here, and just observe your body, observe the way how your voice, how your body reacts to certain things that you do with your voice during your vocal activity. And you will get your answers. If case of any questions, or if you wanted to improve your vocal technique or learn how to scream from scratch, feel free to contact me anytime. The email should be probably somewhere here and in the description below the video. Thank you for your attention. Have a great day. Have a great practice. Cheers and love, fuckers.